Hello YouTube! Welcome back! Today's video is about a painting detailing the culmination of the Star Wars The Clone Wars animated TV show. Spoiler alert if you do not want the end of the final season reveal. Ashoka and Rex are in a final escape from their battle cruiser, which is forcibly entered into the atmosphere of a nearby planet shortly after Palpatine executes Order 66. The close friends manage to dodge their once allies and escape using a Y-wing tumbling from the ship. However, the rest of the stormtroopers do not survive. This leads us to the premise of the painting. On one side, Rex and the troops are organized and ready to move out. Then on the other, the alliance is broken as their vessel, and so are the stormtroopers, lying about the ground. I added the battlecruiser scene in the background, careening into the planet to illustrate the transition from right to left. This painting needed some planning. I wanted the perspective to be accurate for the foreground imagery, so I had to block out the vague detail where my figures and ships were going to live. I'm using charcoal pencil as it will mix with the oils and not leave any lines left to float to the surface of the paint. Once my line work is finished, it was time for paint. I started with the background first so I can work forward with the painting. I tried to limit my detail with distant objects as they are not the main focus. To achieve my starscape, I thinned out some titanium white paint using mineral spirits, and simply flicked the bristles of the brush with my finger. Accuracy is of little consequence because the universe is made up. I simply tried to have a higher density star field in deeper space than in the atmosphere. Next, I moved on to sand.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
I will say I have a hard time with this side of the color wheel, the peachy orange brown side. The most discouraging aspect of this painting was the sand. At one side of the coin I don't like it, and at the other it offers a challenge for me to try and perfect. I'm satisfied with the way it turned out, but I know I can improve. I'll just have to wait until the next opportunity to do so. I may have jumped the gun on painting the helmets. I really should have focused on the downed ship and debris in the background before painting them. Luckily, this didn't hurt me in the end with needing touch-ups. I was able to hold that into a minimum. This is Ashoka. If you haven't seen the show, you may have seen her in a cameo during The Mandalorian on Disney+. She is a very unique character with a distinct fighting style. I'm using one of my finest brushes under a lighted 3x mirror to get her details correct. She has mostly gray and blue clothes with orange skin and a one-of-a-kind headdress. I like these interesting features because they make the character identifiable, especially when I'm painting them as small as I am. However, I still fall back to my basic principles. Break down the thing into simple shapes and shading with color. There really isn't too much to her nimble figure and cloak. To this point, Krista has only given me details of what she wants in the painting. She has not seen any pictures or progress shots. She left it entirely up to me to create an image, which I'm grateful for. It is humbling to know people trust my work and my process to give me liberty with, eventually, their piece. Krista requested I throw in an extra Easter egg. She wanted her favorite Star Wars character to be represented somehow. Grand Admiral Thrawn. He has an emblem that looks like a crab with serpents for arms. I use this emblem on the transport ship, behind the soldiers, below the cockpit windows. I continued with the cargo ship after I let the color blocking dry. This allows the paint to sort of lock in and not become muddy when I try to paint with high detail using my small brushes. This ship was fun to paint. Adding all the fine detail lines of all the axis panels really brought the object together. This side of the painting is very imperial or industrial. Large swaths of concrete floors and walls. I had to break that up with lots of shading to emulate the floor lit up sparsely by hangar lighting. I extended the hangar door down to give the illusion the ship in the background was a lot larger and made sense perspectively. I finished off the distant fog or smoke before adding another throwback to the Imperial ships. The hangar walls were to be lit up with Imperial lighting. That seems to find its way into a lot of Star Wars design. Moving on, it was time to paint Rex and all of his comrades. For the most part, they are all wearing the same uniform. Rex is a leader, so his uniform is distinguished as such. I had to go back and add a small amount of color to his bald head. He was way too whitewashed for his darker complected skin tone. There are 20 stormtroopers all in a line. The first 3 stormtroopers in each row needed to have a lot of detail. I was able to finish off the other 7 quite quickly as they were mostly behind one another. But to give my sanity a break, I jumped to finish the wall paneling and paint the maybe not so period accurate mouse droid. I wanted to fill the empty space with something, so that's what I did. All in all, I'm quite happy with this piece. It may have taken me almost a year to complete due to family needs, other projects, work, and my hot air balloon schedule. I'm so happy that I was able to muscle down and grind through the not so fun parts. I think Dan and Krista are going to enjoy this piece, and I'm so grateful for their patience and kind words. Until next time, take care.